Hi, I'm Katie, and in this video I'll continue playing a visual novel called Scarlet Hollow. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? I don't think we should go to the cops. Well, I would be very interested in just visiting the police station. So I'm gonna suggest this. We should go to the cops, right? Are you sure? Nothing against the officers of Scarlet Hollow, but you've met them, right? Do you think it's worth the trouble? As unhelpful as they are, we are dealing with a missing person. That's cop stuff. It's probably going to be more of a formality than anything, but there's no point in not covering all our bases. They know me and they are gonna think I did it. Oh, Bo is here. I bet he's here about Duke going missing. Consequences of our actions staring right back at us. The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. And the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Bo standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Sheriff Hugby. But wasn't this Earl? Yeah, Earl Hugby. Yeah. Oh, so many characters. Let me get this right. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Hugby, sir. She was gonna be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it wasn't Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? You all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. Who's Julius? He ain't coming to his door, so for all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something you all can do about it? I'm afraid we'll need at least some kind of evidence to go on before we can go barging into man's home, son. Why don't you see if you can find something a little more solid for us to go on? Then we can see about helping you out. We were told some episodes ago when we met Bo at the general store that Big Betty was missing, and Big Betty was name of their pumpkin they were about to take to the state fair. And I bet it's important for Bo, especially now that Duke's gone, to conclude something that they started together. I am wondering who could have taken the pumpkin and why. We see it in the end of cutscene of, was it episode 1? And it's somehow like laughing on top of the hill. At that point I think it still might be at their farm. And now it has disappeared. So who took it and why? Explore Street Mart. Listen up, boys, we got a missing person on our hands. Stella ran off last night and she's still missing. Bo, did you manage to find your dad? That's a loaded question, especially as the police is kind of thinking that we might be responsible for his missing dad. And now we're telling that Stella is missing too. Oh my goodness, does that implicate us even more? What's all this about a pumpkin? Weird question, but are you folks part of a cult and is that why you aren't doing your jobs? Let's just get going. It looks like you folks are busy. We'll be on our way. Remain silent. Let's begin with this one. What's all this about a pumpkin? Seems Bo here misplaced a considerably large pumpkin. Have you all heard a word I said? I didn't misplace Big Betty. She was stolen, and I know who done it. So I'd appreciate it if you all would give Mr. Tremaine a visit and set things straight. And I'm telling you, we can't barge into your neighbor's house just because you want us to. What makes you think Mr. Tremaine stole it? Why is this pumpkin so valuable? You want me to go over there and kick his ass for you? If you're related to Julius... Oh, was that their last name? Why can't you just put your differences aside and get along? Someone's got to be the bigger man. I don't think Bo's asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this? Classic Southern family dispute. I'm sorry for everything that's happened, Bo. Well, we should probably ask the explore options first. What makes you think Mr. Tremaine stole it? You're poking a wasp's nest, Katie. There's 100 years of history here. He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one, on account of he thinks it was planted on his side of the property. The Callaways and Tremaines have been at this a long time. They can never agree on whose land is whose. That must be tough. Both of those families need to carry that with them while they are just trying to live and survive. Wouldn't it be easier if they would try to solve that somehow? I get there must be bad blood between them, and if this has been going on for a long time, it must have left its marks on both families. But if they are both gonna keep living side by side next to each other, this might really be something that they both might need to work on in order to change things better for the future. Choosing to continue the family fraud is the easy way. It's what's quote-unquote always been done, and letting bad blood between these people rule over every decision they are gonna make, but that's holding on to the bitterness and the anger. If they want to build a better future, they need to be willing to let go of the anger and bitterness. I get that that's not easy. I get that it takes work, but many things in life are not easy and they take work. And they are worth it. They are worth the effort. This ain't the first time we've heard something like this. And we get our fair share of calls from Julius Tremaine too. You know, Julius is a friend of mine. He's a lot of things and he's definitely a bit of a curmudgeon. But I've never pegged him as a thief. I didn't know Julius ever talked to anybody. Talk is a strong word, but I like to think we have some kind of understanding. Why is this pumpkin so valuable? Me and my daddy put a lot of work into that pumpkin. She was near 2,000 pounds, a guaranteed blue ribbon. I have no idea what blue ribbon means, but I guess it's some kind of specific prize category or winning category or something. I don't know. If you know, let me know what blue ribbon means in this case. I would appreciate that. Naturally, our first question is how an old man like Julius Tremaine manages to move a pumpkin that size. Makes the whole story just a little difficult to believe. I don't know how Julius managed it, but I know it must have been him. He ain't even coming to his door to answer for what he done. At the very least, he could give me seeds from what's left of her. Raising her was the last thing Daddy and me did together. Oh, look at his face. He's nearly crying. I feel really bad for Bo. He went through so much. That's interesting because I haven't seen Julius since Tuesday. He's usually in the diner every day. Not necessarily a big deal for a lot of people, but he never misses his morning Joe. So maybe he isn't a thief. Could be something happened to him. Oh no. If he ain't the thief, then who stole our pumpkin? Beats me. I just don't think folks should be so quick to jump to conclusions. How do you even move a 2,000-pound pumpkin? It moves by itself. In the dark of the night. This we read already. Let's ask. How do you even move a 2,000-pound pumpkin? I don't know how he did it, but he did it. You ain't sure it wasn't a bear? We're no bear, we're hunting folk. This was a man's work, and that means it was Mr. Tremaine. He knew just what to do to hurt our family. Let's ask this. I don't think Bo's asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this? Katie's right, I ain't asking for much. Bo, if I went down that road, I'm sure Julius would come down here tomorrow and have a whole list of his own complaints. And all of them would sound just as justified as yours. Sometimes it's best to just let things work themselves out. But it sounds like Bo has a real case here. It's not just two neighbors having an emotional dispute. Property's been stolen. Couldn't you get involved on his behalf just this once? After everything he's been through this week. You say that like this is the first time one of these feuding farm folk have come in about missing vegetables. We've heard it all. And what we've learned is it's best to keep our noses out of it. I'm sure Bo here will be unsatisfied with whatever the legal system feels is just punishment for stealing Big Betty. It doesn't matter what happens if we do anything, Julius will be storming in here the next day with a complaint of his own. Heck, he'll probably come down here regardless. Yep, and it'll be about a missing butternut squash or what have you that he sure made it into a soup on the Callaway side of the property line. You know, even if Julius didn't take Big Betty, it might be worth doing a welfare check. Alright, let me speak in plainer terms. Everyone knows that Julius Tremaine's land is booby-trapped to hell. It's not worth it. That's never stopped me. Yeah, do you have kids, Avery? Because I got 2 teenage girls at home. Hugby's got grandkids. Franklin's got the mayor, I guess. So you are the mayor's human. That's awesome. I'm not about to risk getting my head blown off over a pumpkin. That's right. There's some sleeping dogs you learn to just let lie. I've been Scarlet Hollow sheriff for over 20 years now. You don't hold a position like that for so long without learning a few lessons on temperance and moderation. If I may, sirs, that ain't a mite bit cowardly of you. I thought police officers were supposed to be brave, not the ones that live very long, Sam. Look, I've been to Julius's 100 times. I can tag along and make sure nobody gets hurt. Thank you, Avery. I think we'd really appreciate that, since we are apparently going to investigate a case of missing pumpkin. That's a mighty kind offer, but let's give it another day. There's no need to escalate things when they might just resolve themselves. Well, we're here. If I ask this, I'm gonna get into deeper, muddy waters. But hey, let's ask. Bo, did you manage to find your dad? Bo's stoic expression breaks. Oh, I'm sorry I asked. But I really want them to help you if they are not doing their jobs. I want to put some pressure on them. Bo's stoic expression breaks, and for a moment, you can almost see tears forming in his eyes, but he blinks them away. Yeah, I found him. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope he wouldn't have seen his father like that. I guess I'm still glad that Duke has been found. Hear that, Deputy Franklin? Sounds like you've got another report to close. And you're smiling there. Seriously? You're smiling, Earl? And this man is nearly crying in front of you. They have just lost their dad. What the heck is going on with Earl? Lucky me. I gathered what there was together. We're giving him a proper burial in the family plot. It's been rough going, trying to dig the hole while the farm is crawling with those hairless things, but it needs to get done. Do you think they'll go back where they came from soon? Mama and me have tried to fight them back as best we can, but it seems like there's more every minute. Oh no. I'm personally doing everything I can to send them packing. They'll leave once the coming disaster has finally struck. I don't think Bo needs to hear about any more disasters. I think he needs to have some hope and some gentleness and some kindness in his life. I'm not gonna talk about this. I know about as much as you. I'm sure they'll leave soon, buddy. Sybil says they don't hurt people. I would like to say this, but I don't trust Sybil anymore. I just don't. Not after how she treated Tabitha. I kinda like them Halloween's in just a few days, and they've really helped set the mood. I'm personally doing everything I can to send them packing. I think Kanika approves. And perhaps Avery does too. I'm so glad I have Avery and Kanika by my side when all of this is happening. I'll do my part to help. I'll kick in as many of those nasty little faces as I can. But I don't know how many I can send scabbering off. Seems like there's no end to those critters. I'm gonna now use my street smart option. Listen up, boys. We've got a missing person on our hands. Stella hasn't been seen since yesterday, and the front door of her house was left open. The place was a mess. Oh, so you think you're leading an investigation, do you? Coming in here like you have some kind of authority? I mean, all of this is about Stella and not about how assertive I am or how I am talking. I know very well I don't have any kind of authority in this town. But we need help, and you are supposed to be the ones helping us. So do your damn job. I'm getting angry because they were so rude to Bo and so somehow insensitive towards what Bo has been going through. Well then, why don't you march on out and dig up some clues if you think you're such a big shot? Wow. Wow. You, sir, with all due respect, need another job. This is not a job for you. And perhaps some lessons on self-confidence, because I'm not questioning your authority. I'm here because I need your help. You gotta have stronger self-confidence than this. Come on, I'm serious. It's dangerous out there. Okay, but if she turns up dead, it's on all of you. Are you serious? This is your job. Remain silent. No point arguing. Remain silent. You're intimidated by authority figures. Heck it, I'm gonna say this. Are you serious? This is your job. Our job is keeping the peace around here, not meddling in other people's private lives. That's right, it ain't our job to babysit anybody. If Stella wants to run off into the woods, that's none of our business. These guys are not okay. Something is up with them. I'm wondering if it's something that goes deeper than just them not caring. She'll turn up, she always does. Let's just get going. We're not gonna get any help. Well, no one can say we didn't try. Let's keep looking. Have a good one, officers. Same to you, kid. Well, that was a total waste of time. It wasn't a total waste of time. We got to find out what's been going on with Julius. He's been missing from the diner for a few days. It's weird. He usually comes in every single day. Maybe he's preoccupied with ditchlings. Oh no, what if they have done something to him? Oh, I just hope he's okay. Where to next? We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin. I can't say I get it, but it's definitely something she would do. You don't see it? Oh, come on. The two of them have such a dynamic, you know. I know! Yes! Me shipping Tabby and Stella, that's what's gonna happen. Classic dog and cat situation. I know, right? Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet Mines. Wow, I thought there would be more people. What does it say? I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mine. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for telling us. You're holding just a water bottle. Important, of course. Remember to hydrate yourself. Yes, drink enough water. Better hours now or none at all. Okay, interesting. So, unhappy with the treatment received and better hours. What are better hours? Do you want to have like times which are easier for you, or do you want to have more hours or less hours, or like what does that mean? If you say better hours, it's not a very clear message, at least not for me as a player. I'm hoping we will figure this out so that we can help them be happier in their jobs. I mean, working in a mine cannot be an easy job. We should definitely hear them out and figure out if there's something we can do to make this place more pleasant for them. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple of days a week. They'll be chill. Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though? Look out, fellas, that's the boss's cousin, and Jack said that these kids were just down at the diner, acting suspicious. Don't engage. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. I'm just here to see my cousin. I couldn't care about the strike either way. What, I'm on your side. I may be related to Tabitha, but I stand with the workers. I'm pretty sure she knows you're striking. There's nothing I can tell her she doesn't already know. I'm not sure about that. I know nothing. I heard nothing. I'm a shadow on the wall. I'm gonna take you down somehow, whether you talk to me or not. Say nothing. We are here because of Stella, so let's ask. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners collectively ignore you. Well, perhaps Avery can ask. Luke, I know you have a well-deserved bone to pick with the Scarlets, but Stella doesn't have anything to do with the strike. Have you seen her or not? The YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? Oh, Stella. We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we'd know if she'd come by. Oh no, this isn't looking good. It's okay, just because she hasn't been seen today doesn't mean something bad happened to her. I still think she's in those hills near the Askina Trail with the ditchlings. I'm worried about her. Would she go there with the ditchlings running rampant like this, though? I don't know. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Thank you so much, Davis. I really appreciate that. I need to talk to Tabitha. Let's just go. Okay, they haven't seen Stella. Let's just go. Perhaps Tabitha has seen Stella. I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross a picket line? Street smart, you don't have to literally cross the picket line to get inside. That map you found on Stella's computer was practically a handbook for breaking into this place. And my street smart option is, come on, what harm could I possibly cause by going in there? I have my cousin's phone number, I'm staying at her house, and last I checked, she knows you're all striking. Sneak in. Hey Kanika, can you watch for me here? Avery, can you help out? Let's just go call Tabitha. I'm kind of interested in seeing what could happen if I would use my street smart option, but it would be also nice to ask help from my friends. Let's use our trait. Come on, what harm could I possibly cause by going in there? I have my cousin's phone number, I'm staying at her house, and last I checked, she knows you're all striking. If Jax doesn't trust you, then I don't trust you. Let's ask Avery. Avery, can you help out? Yeah, sure, I've got this. You all are regulars, and you know I've never gone snooping around the mines before. This is important. Your friend's a Scarlet, Avery. Who cares? She knows me and Kanika just as well as she knows Tabitha. And you've met her, right? I don't think that blood runs thick enough to sabotage a strike. Doesn't run thick enough? Zach's already texted us to let us know your friend was acting mighty suspicious at the diner. The answer's no. Avery sighs. Sorry, I tried. Thank you for trying. If they are not gonna listen Avery, I don't think they would listen to Kanika. So, let's sneak in. You pull Kanika and Avery aside and tell them your plan to sneak in. I guess that'll work, but I don't think it's a good idea for us to follow you in there. Yeah, I've never really been sneaky, plus all the miners know me. I'd stick out like a sore thumb. We'll just wait outside by the van. Okay? You make your way to a hole in the fence and sneak into the mine. The industrial noises of the Scarlet Mine are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Okay, so this is her office. Quite barren. Let's go in. Knock. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. I'm gonna ask if I could somehow help her. Who knows? She might be in the middle of a complete breakdown in there. So if there's anything I can do to help, I'm just quickly gonna pop in and ask. You wait for a moment. No response. You knock again. Oh, for the love of... The door swings open. Ooh. It's a messy office. Fly be dead. So this is the kind of paper you have for catching flies, and it's October clearly. Oh, and these are the posters. If you see this girl, tell her to leave. And her little dog too. Banned. Let's be honest. Tabby just wants to have photos of Stella in her office. I buy no other explanation. Okay, trash and files on the floor. I have no idea who are these two. Here, and some kind of... Is this a shotgun? This looks like some sort of drawings and schematics and papers related to the mine. I'm the boss, GIF. Oh, it's you. Should I go? Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed. Street smart. Try not to get yourself noticed? It sounds like Tabitha's found a rat. I was thinking the same, yeah. Rodriguez the rat, I see. What were you two talking about? Hey, do you have a minute? It's important. I don't care about the strike, I just came to see you. I'm telling. Rodriguez, are you selling out the other miners? Don't worry, I'm on your side. I saw nothing, I heard nothing, remain silent. I can say this out aloud. I mean, I'm no threat to either of them. Rodriguez the rat, I see. Hey, I got kids to take care of. I can't miss a paycheck. And this is a right-to-work state. There's nothing wrong with me trying to keep food on the table. Rodriguez the rat. Oh, now when I think about it, it actually might be an offensive term. I didn't mean to insult him. I might have done that by accident. But isn't rat in this case like the kind of person who is an informant between the strikers and Tabitha, who gives information to Tabby about the strike. Don't say another word. Just leave, I'll handle this. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh. Oh. Please, just forget anything you heard, okay? I'm not going to undermine you. We're good, Tabby. I don't think you actually have to do much in the way of strike breaking. There really aren't many of them out there. People think you're a hero right now for rescuing Becca and Alexis from the mine collapse. I think the strike will just peter out on its own. I think this might actually happen also. I'm sorry, but I think I can be on your side for the strike. Have you talked to them? Do you even know what they want? Tabitha, I don't know if we can be friends if you break a strike. Say nothing. Let's try this. I don't think you actually have to do much in the way of strike breaking. There really aren't many of them out there. You're right, I can probably outlast them, but every drop of lost revenue hurts right now. I guess we'll just have to see who's stronger-willed. Luke, you didn't come here to talk about my meeting. Why are you here? Don't get me wrong, it's nice to see a friendly face, but you shouldn't be up here. This is my battle to fight. Explore Stella is still missing. We've been looking all over town for her and don't have any leads. Do you have time to hang out later? I miss you. That's all I wanted to talk to you about. Oh, I like this option as well. But let's ask about Stella. Stella's still missing. She visibly gets more worried when we talk about her. Stella is still missing. We've been looking all over town for her and don't have any leads. Tabitha groans. You don't think Wayne? That's what I'm worried about. You said yourself he didn't have it in him. There wasn't evidence that he'd be in her house or signs of a struggle or anything. Wayne's my friend. He won't hurt the people I care about. Why would I say this? I don't know if he's my friend. I don't even know if he's on my side. Why would I say this? That's weird. She'll turn up. Pretty sure she just needed to be alone, say nothing. There wasn't evidence that he'd been in her house or signs of a struggle or anything. How do we know she even went home last night? She ran off in the opposite direction. Stella's been known to disappear for days while she's doing her videos, but I think we both know that's not what's going on. I'll see if I can figure something out. What does that mean? I'm going to keep looking for Stella. I'll see you tonight. Do you have time to hang out later? I miss you. I will keep going and I will continue looking for Stella, but I'm gonna ask this. Do you have time to hang out later? I miss you. You do? You're not joking. There's so much on my plate right now. But I'll see you tonight. Oh. Maybe we can have some ice cream or something. If you want to spend time together, I mean, of course I do. Let's have some ice cream. It sounds wonderful. Tabitha's phone buzzes. I'd better get back to work. Stay safe out there, Katie. Call me if you run into more trouble, but please don't go looking for any today, okay? Okay. I don't need you going missing too. You leave the office, closing the door behind you. You find Kanika and Avery waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. It feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there.